Hi, it's me, Victoriano II, and welcome back to my channel. So now we'll just be reacting to a vlog of PERTH NAKHU'N'S. So this vlog is about Thai names and honorifics, and then it has actually this one in the title of PERTH NAKHU'N'S vlog. We have this open and close parenthesis, and then for Thai BL fans, something like that. So yeah, I'm actually interested to watch this because I've been watching BL series like for, I don't know, for almost 2 years already, and then my Thai skills, I mean I'm still bad at Thai words and some names and honorifics and stuff. And then yeah, so I think it would be very helpful to watch his vlog right now. But you know what, I also reacted to one. Oh yeah, I remember I reacted also to his vlogs before about learning how to speak Thai. So yeah, if you want to watch that video, you can actually go to my channel and then scroll. So yeah, now we're going to react his latest vlog. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is his latest vlog, Thai names and honorific. So I think it would be very helpful for all of us because I know you're also watching a lot of Thai BL. So yeah, I'm sure this will be very helpful to all of us. But before we start, I just want to give a quick shout out to my patrons. Yeah, I have a Patreon account where you can watch my full reaction videos of some of the series that I've watched and I'm currently watching. So yeah, quick shout out to, wait, I need my cheat sheet. Quick shout out to RT, to Nick, to Mark Lesney, to Eric's Ismael, to John Chisholm, to Shane Murray, to Dan Beasley Harling, to Michael Estoy, to Daniel Francis, to Anna Zavatska, to Tanotsuki86, to M Girl, to Maribel Pantoja, to Caravin Ann, to Stephanie, to Hoki, to Cedric Bardu, to Zerin Sigurchi, to Yvonne Louis, to Rachat, to Satmu, and to Luvone BB. So yeah, thank you so much. Kopkun Kap, salamat. Shashani, arigatou gozaimasu, kamsahamnida. So yeah, let's start watching the vlog of PERTH NAKHU'N'S. You know what? I'm a fan of PERTH, even though I've just watched one of his series, and then he's not even the main cast of that. I'm currently watching Cutie Pie, where he is a part of. So yeah, but I watched some of his vlogs also, and he actually loves doing live streaming. So yeah, you can also check his channel. I'm going to put his YouTube channel on my description box below. Yeah, so you can watch it. Just click the link on the description box below, and yeah, you can also watch the original vlog on his channel, of course. I'll also put the link at the description box below. Go. So yeah, anyway, let's start watching this. Oh, but before we start, I just want to show you my food here, because food is love, food is life. I have here nuts. Yeah, sweet nuts. I'm not sure what type of nut is this exactly. Walnut? I don't know. Cashew nuts? No, I don't know. I'm really not sure. I just know they're nuts. Okay, so yeah, let's start watching this video. Go.
Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I bring you my guide to Thai names and honorifics for the casual BL fan.
For the casual
today
BL
I'm going to
fans
be
like us.
explaining Thai surnames, first names and nicknames, as well as some commonly used Thai honorifics such as Kun, Pinong, Lung Pa,
Pinong, okay, I've heard about
Hiete,
Pinong.
and
Hia,
Bi
oh my gosh,
and
yeah,
Thai.
Hia.
Of course, you don't need to be a BL fan to understand what I'm explaining today,
Yeah,
but I will be
because I'm
using some
watching
examples from BL,
BL
and also
series
in my
right
real
now.
life to help explain. Okay, let's start with
Cutie
Thai
Pie,
surnames.
and then there are two
I'm
cats
sure a lot of
there
you guys have seen your favorite actor's Thai surname and
who are
thought,
called
damn,
Hia.
that's a long ass name. There's kind of a reason for this, but to explain, we need just a tiny history lesson.
Their
so the
real
whole
names,
surname
like
and
Hia,
family
so
registry
I was
system
wrong.
wasn't adopted in Thailand until the early 1900s. And up until that point, people only had first names and nicknames. So most surnames or family names in Thailand have been around for only 3 to 4 or sometimes 5 generations. The reason that they're so long is to make sure that they're all different, because in Thailand, unless you're blood related, you're actually not allowed to have the same family name as another family. And by keeping them really long, you can have more variation in surnames. surnames. It's a lot different from Western culture
No wonder
or even
they have
Japanese culture,
really
for
long
example. You can meet
surnames.
someone in the same country as you or even from another country and they might have the same surname as you, but obviously you're not related. But in Thailand, if you ever come across someone with the same surname as you, you're most likely related. Another reason why Thai families that aren't related aren't allowed to have the same surnames is because they also work as social identifiers. So for example, families from royalty, rich families or families in power, you can actually identify them or their children just by their surnames. Now moving on to first names. So just like most countries all around the world, our first names are
It has
chosen
something to
by
do with
our
class
parents.
also.
Or
Okay.
because Thai culture is very auspicious, sometimes parents will go and consult a monk and get the monk to design a new name for their child or pick one that already exists that they think will bring the child like good luck in their future in their life. But one thing that's different about Thai first names
I wonder
that's a
if
little
all
bit different to
Thais
Western
are
culture
like
is
this.
that all Thai first names have meaning. So even in Western culture, even though a lot of our names have meaning, we don't actually know what our name means. So it was actually kind of funny when I first moved to Thailand, I would introduce myself to my friends at university and say like, hi, my name's Stuart. And then they would be like, oh, Stuart, that's a nice name. What does that mean?
Stuart?
And I was like, Google. So then I had to Google my name, look up what it meant. And so I was like, it comes from the word steward, which means butler. But obviously my parents didn't think of that meaning when they chose that name for me. They just chose it
Same.
for me because they like the way it sounds. But in Thai culture, all first names have meaning. So if you ask someone what their name means, they can most likely tell you. For example, a really common name for boys in Thailand is Somchai. And Somchai
Somchai.
means like the man who is worthy. Now let's move on to nicknames.
Somchai.
So
Wow,
like I said
nice
before,
name.
before surnames were introduced, Thai people only had first names and nicknames. And in general, they were just called by their nicknames, which is still something really prevalent today. So even though people have surnames, surnames are mostly just used when you're signing like official documents or your name pops up in the credits of a TV series or something like that. And it's actually pretty common for friends to not know each other's surnames at all. And in some cases, some friends don't even know each other's first names because they just call each other by their nicknames. In some cases, parents choose nicknames based on the baby's physical appearance. For example, if the baby is born and he's kind of chubby, it's not uncommon in Thai for that baby to be called Uwan, which means
I love the
fat,
editing.
or Uwa, which means chubby. So I know
Uwan,
this sounds really
Uwab.
strange in
Okay.
English if you translate it directly and someone's name is fat or chubby, but in Thai, it actually sounds really normal. Or in some cases, parents just pick
Uwan,
totally
Uwab.
random words from English or other languages that they like. So having lived in Thailand for a long time, I've come across a fair share of strange nicknames, I would say. For example, things like Oreo, ice cream, Porsche, Rolex. If people like the sound of it, then you can pretty much use anything. A really common guy's name in Thailand is
You know
Bank,
what?
like the bank where you go and keep
I love
your money.
how
Now, the reason
Where
why people might choose
he's a fan
Bank is
of
because
Pokemon,
that's where you
and he
keep
has
your money, and
actually
they
a lot
think that
of
if they name their child Bank,
Pokemon,
it's going to make them wealthy or come across money in the
stuffed toys.
future. So I know this sounds pretty strange,
Anyway.
especially for native English speakers, but in Thai, there's really no set rules. If you like the sound of something, you can pretty much just take it and make it your nickname. So in Thailand, sometimes people do occasionally change their nicknames if they want to kind of start anew in life. Because your nickname isn't actually recorded on any official documents, it's really easy. You just go and tell your friends, hey, my name's this now. Now let's move on to Thai honorifics. So for those of you guys who
Hey.
don't know, honorifics are the things that come up before someone's name in Thai. And these are usually used depending on someone's age, gender, or a combination of both. Now the first one we're going to be discussing today is kun.
Kun.
If you translate it into English, means something kind of like Mr., Mrs., or Miss. It's a very formal and respectful
Kun.
way to
Kun.
address someone. And the honorific kun is also gender neutral and age free. So you can be any age and still use kun.
Age-free.
It's usually used in business settings,
Kun.
like for example, if you're a guest at a hotel, then they will call you kun and then your first name. Or if you're in a business meeting, you usually refer to each other by kun and first name. But in some cases, some couples actually like to take kun and use it as a kind of pet name to address each other. So let's
Kun.
take a look at this example.
Hey, manner of death. Oh my gosh, manner of death.
เดี๋ย
Yes.
วน้องก็จมน้ำตายหรอกคุณ
So you can see here that the main characters tend to
Kun.
refer to each other as kun as opposed to things like pi and nong. The reason they might use kun to address each other is because it's a nice age-free, gender-free honorific that they can use. In my personal experience, I've never really come across any couples that use it, but the ones that I have, it kind of sounds cute when they use it. So if you're a couple and you want to use kun to address each other, then go right ahead. Now, the next honorific we're going to be talking about, which I'm sure you guys have heard a million times, is pi and nong. So pi is used to refer to people who are older than you, and nong
Like
is for people
pinam.
who are younger than you. And both of
And
these
nong
honorifics are gender
in
neutral.
Bad Buddy.
So in Thai culture, age is something that's quite important. We respect people who are older than us. And that's because people who are older tend to have more wisdom and also more life experience. So if you meet someone older than you, it's polite to call them pi plus their name. But of course, there are exceptions. Sometimes people actually don't like you to call them pi because it makes them sound older and they don't really like that age distinction. This is an example from
so
my
let's
real
just
life.
remember
Recently,
P,
I just shot a
if you're
TV
talking to
series called
someone
Cutie
older.
Pie.
Hey,
I
Cutie
actually
Pie,
play
yeah.
a pretty charismatic and, dare I say, sexy bartender named Gemini. If you guys want to check it out, you can go and watch it for free on the Monday YouTube channel.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
in this
yeah,
series,
yeah.
I
actually
with
react
another
to that
actor
series
called
also.
Z. And Z is actually, I think, 2 years older than me in real life. When we first met, I just asked him, should I call you PZ? And he was like, no, just call me Z.
No.
And I was like,
Oh, I
"No
love the
worries."
editing.
So in this case, because like we're only 2 years apart, he feels like it's not necessary for me to call him P, and he wants
if
us
someone
to
is
be kind of like on
older,
the same level. But as a general
call
rule, if
him
someone's
P
older than you, then we
something.
usually call them P. If you're not sure whether you should call someone P or not, the best way to find out is to just ask
P.
them. Moving on to Nong. Nong has very young
because
and kind
it's
of
polite.
cute
P,
connotations
polite.
to it. So usually after you get past the age of kind of 15 and above, if you're talking to someone who's just a few years younger than you, then you don't usually use Nong to refer to them. You just call them by their name. But if the person you're talking to
I
or
remember
about is a really
Bright
small
calling
child,
Win Nong
or there's a
Win.
quite
Nong
large
Win.
age gap. So for example, if mothers are talking about
Like
their
Bright of
children,
Bright
or
Win.
even if grandmas are still
He
talking about
calls
their kids,
Nong-
whether
he
they be
calls
50
Win
or
as
60
Nong-
years old,
Nong
they
Win.
might still call them Nong.
ขอประจานด้วยนะได้ไหมจ๊ะ
Wait, what series is this? Oh, I don't know this series.
So in this example from my
Oh,
engineer,
my
King's
engineer.
older sister refers to Ram as Nong Ram. Now this is because
haven't watched
she's
my
quite a
engineer
lot
yet, oh my
older
gosh.
than them, and also
But it's on my
Ram
list,
is her
actually.
younger brother's friend. So if you
Sorry,
look at it
Perth.
from the sister's point of view, he's kind of like
But
her
I'm
little
watching Cutie
brother,
Pie right
and they're a lot younger than her. She's already a mum. That's why she refers to him as Nong Ram, and it also
Ram.
makes it sound a little bit cuter and more endearing. My favorite thing about the honorifics P and Nong is that you can actually use them to call people if you don't know what their name is. So for example, in English, when you want to get someone's attention but you don't know what their name is, usually say like, excuse me, or hey you, or something like that. But in Thailand, you can use P and Nong. So in Thailand, you might be wondering, how do you know if someone's older than you or younger than you? Well, you literally just look at their face. So in Thailand, like most Asian cultures, it's kind of rude to just straight up ask someone's age if you're not close with them. So Thai people just look at their faces and make an estimate.
And
the
then
next
judge.
honorifics are here and there.
Here,
So
oh my
the
gosh.
words here and there actually
In
are
Cutie
loan
Pie,
words from a dialect of
there are two
Chinese
characters like
known as
Hia,
Atu in
Lian,
Thai.
and
So
Hia.
there are actually a lot of families in Thailand
Hia
who
E.
have
They're
Chinese
called Hia,
ancestors
Lin,
who
and
immigrated
Hia
to
E.
Thailand hundreds
And then
of
at
years
first
ago.
I thought
So a lot of
that
those families have adopted and still carried on
their
Chinese
names were
traditions
actually
such
Hia,
as the use of words in
Lin,
the household to
Hia,
this very
Lian,
day.
and
So the
Hia.
honorific Hia literally means older brother.
Hia E.
So it's used to refer to males who are older than you. And the word dare literally means older sister.
Ooh,
and
this
it's
is like
used to
kuya
refer
and
to
ate.
females
In
who are
Filipino,
older than
kuya
you. But the
ate,
big
kuya
difference
ate.
between here and there is it's only used to refer to people who are of Chinese descent or at least look like they're of Chinese descent. How do you know if someone's of Chinese descent? Well, you might have guessed there's a bit of a recurring theme here, but
Judge.
you just kind of look at their face.
Yeah,
it might
judge
be a
them.
little bit harder for Western people to kind of discern whether someone has like Chinese ancestry or not. But for especially people living in Asia or Thai people, they
Because
can
for
tell
Western
pretty
people, all
accurately straight
Asians
away by
look
looking
the
at someone's
same.
face whether they might
Just
have
kidding.
some Chinese
I don't
ancestors
know,
or not.
maybe.
Let's have a look at an example.
และผู้ชาย
See, Cutie Pie.
ที่อยู่ข้างหน้าผมตอนนี้เชเหลียนกิเลนหวัง
Hia Lian.
เขาคือคู่หมั่นของผม
So in this example, the main character's name is Here Lian. So here is not actually his name. His
I'm
name
so
is
sorry. I
Lian,
actually
but
thought
here
that's
is
his
the
real
honorific
name.
that comes before his name. So Lian's full name in the series is
So I've been calling him
Lian
Here.
Lian Wang. So for Thai people, they can recognize straight away that that's actually a Chinese name. So that's why he's referred to as Here instead of P. Also, just a side note, you need to be careful with the pronunciation of the word here. It's just a neutral tone, here. Because if you get the pronunciation wrong and you accidentally say the word here, it's actually really rude. It's kind of like the equivalent of the F word in Thai. So
like
make sure
here.
you're careful with your pronunciation. Let's take a look at one more example.
I don't know.
ว่าไง เอ้าเจ๊
Is this also
So
in my
in
engineer?
this case, King refers to his older sister as Diez. So
Diez.
this implies that King's family comes from Chinese ancestry. The
Diez.
next honorifics are Lung and Ba. Lung means uncle and Ba means auntie. Lung is used to refer to males
Lung,
who are around
Ba.
50 years and older, and likewise Ba is used to refer to females who are around 50 years and older. So just like a lot of Asian cultures, even if someone isn't your blood relative, if someone is male or
Ba.
female and they kind of meet that age range, we just call them uncle or auntie. But you want to be really careful with using these words because sometimes, especially the women, they don't want to be called ba because it makes them sound really old. If you're wondering, how do I tell how old they are? You just got to use your eyes and look. If you're worried about calling someone lung or ba, you can just use
Lung,
pi
ba.
instead. It's safe. So let's take a look at an example.
เฮ้ยลุงลุงจอดก่อนเจ๊เต็มลุงอะไรลุงเอาช็อกชิปแท่งหนึ่งครับผม
So in this example, when Peking is chasing after the
Lung.
ice cream truck, he calls Lung, Lung. So you can see that this guy is
Uncle,
probably
uncle.
like over 50, maybe over 60. So it's
So I'm
totally
trying to
safe
remember
call
everything.
him
P,
Lung. If
Nong,
Peking called him P, there's totally
P,
nothing
Nong,
wrong with it. But culturally,
here,
it sounds
je,
more natural if you call him
here,
Lung. Now
je,
the final
Lung,
honorifics
pa.
I'm going to be explaining today are E and I. So these two honorifics, if you can
E,
really call
I.
them that, are actually quite rude. So the word I is used for guys and the word E is used for girls. So when you put these before somebody's name, it makes it sound really rude and very confrontational. But when these are used amongst friends, they can kind of be used as terms of endearment. So similar to Western culture, I
Okay.
know that in Australian culture and also British culture, sometimes we use not the most flattering words to refer to our friends. It's kind of like a sign of how close we are.
Yes.
And it's kind of similar in Thai, so let's take a look at an example.
ไอ้เกื้อมึงมาทำอะไรวะ
So in this example, my character, Gemini, he refers to
I love
Gua
that.
as Aikua. So this isn't because he's mad at him or anything. They're actually really close friends. And this is because it's actually a sign of their friendship and how close they are. If you call a stranger that or someone you're not close to, it's definitely not a good idea. So if you're going to use these words when talking to friends, make sure you're really close with them first. If you're not sure, I would probably not recommend using them. Thank you very much for watching today's video. I hope you found it fun and also educational. If there are any other topics you'd like me to cover about the Thai language or Thai culture in future videos, please leave me a comment down below and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.
Follow him, guys. Go. So we just finished watching the vlog of PERTH NAKHU'N'S about Thai names and honorifics, and of course, definitely, well, at least in my case, I've learned a lot from this one, especially that we've been watching BL series, a lot of BL series, and sometimes I don't understand some words that kept on recurring, and then now that I've watched this vlog, I got to expand at least my knowledge about Thai names and Thai honorifics. So yeah, let's just have a quick recap of what we learned. First, we learned the word kun. I'm actually not sure about the tone, but yeah, kun. And then if I remember it correctly, kun is added before the name, and then it stands like Mr., Miss, Mrs., something like that. Yeah. And also we have wait, I'm trying to remember. P and Nong, like P Bright. Oh my gosh, P Bright. Nongwin. Oh my gosh, yes. Pinam. Yeah. Yeah. And then if I remember it correctly, P, you use P. I mean, before you add P before the name of the person. If you're talking to someone older than you, Nong is if you're talking to someone younger than you, and you'll just base it based on their faces. Like, if you're talking to someone you think who looks older, then add P. If you're talking to someone who looks younger, then just add Nong. And then we also have Long and Pa. Long Pa. Yeah, Long and Pa. I'm not sure with the pronunciation. I mean, I'm not sure with the tone. Lung Pa. Yeah, Lung Pa. If I'm not mistaken, Lung and Pa. This is when you oh yeah, okay, I remember. Lung and Pa for aunt and uncle. For uncle and aunt respectively. Lung. Yeah, because I remember the scene, like long. Okay, I remember the clip. Long, when someone is calling, or is talking to someone who looks older than him, but like, I don't know, way older. I don't know. Like, just to think of an uncle for Long, and for Pa, for auntie, for aunts. Yeah, Long Pa. I'm not sure with the tones, because I'm so bad with tones. You know what? I've been living here in Taiwan also, and then one of my problems, especially when learning Mandarin, is the tones, because it's just hard for me, especially if the language is tonal. It's really hard because one tone can differentiate. I mean, a tone can differentiate a meaning of the word. So, oh my gosh, yeah. And then also, yeah, next we learned about Hia and J. Hia and J. Hia and J, if I'm not mistaken, it's just the same as P, but like, I mean, P and Nong. But yeah, P. But we use Hia and J if we're talking to someone older but with a Chinese descent, something like that. Yeah. So yeah, we use Hia for males and J. I think J. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I think J for females. So yeah. And then last, E and I. You use them to someone E for males, I for female again. I think so we use them when we're talking to someone we're close with. We don't use them to a stranger because they can be rude. So yeah, E for male, I for female, something like that. Oh my gosh, I'm not sure if I remember it correctly. I could be wrong. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, I just want to say, definitely this will help a lot every time I'm going to watch BL series, because these are common names, honorifics, and then yeah. Oh, by the way, I also got to learn a lot about Thai names because of this vlog. So yeah, it's so good if you're learning something new every day. So yeah, also, what else? I love that he's actually including clips of his BL series, like My Engineer and his current series right now, Cutie Pie. It's still an ongoing series, and I'm actually reacting to it also. So I love that I'm watching clips here, random clips from Cutie Pie, because hey, I know that series. I'm actually watching it right now. So yeah, Anyway, you can also watch that series. You can also watch my reaction videos of Cutie Pie on my channel. So just visit my channel. Anyway, if you have any thoughts, recommendations, suggestions, feel free to type it down below. And yeah, you can also check my playlist here and the random video here. And don't forget to click like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye. Kapun kap salamat. Shachani arigatou gozaimasu. Kamsahamnida.